guys, I'm Kaylin. Welcome back to Fable Hill Farm. We are here in West Michigan raising registered Nigerian dwarf goats for show and milk. This is one of my barn cats, Max, who refuses to leave me alone, so he felt like he had to be a part of this video. We are here in my milk parlor, and I'm going to give you guys a tour today of the milk parlor, the doe barn, my kidding area, and my kid nursery area as well. So let's get right to it. I'm going to take you around. If you have any questions, comments, any other videos you'd like to see, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you can find out when I post new videos on YouTube. All right, so this is my milk parlor. Still a work in progress, but it has come a long way. I actually do have a video, I'll link it down below, of like a year ago what the milk parlor looked like. So if you want to check that out, see how we progressed, you can watch that video as well. Gus and Max are going to be neutered on Monday, actually. They've been in this milk room since October, just getting bigger and just making sure that they were going to be of a safe size to be out with the other cats, and also to, you know the farm, to not run away, that kind of a thing. So they'll be, I don't want to say out of here because they'll still be able to come in here sometimes, but they will be moving to the main barn area with the other barn cats so they can be our mouse and boys here next week, which is super exciting. So this half of the milk room is really like my husband's workshop area, though he'll tell you I'm slowly taking it over. And this is just kind of like his workbenches and just like project area. We are still finishing the ceiling. So you can see that this insulation here is not covered. The rest of the ceiling will be covered, and I think they plan on painting it white eventually. So that is something that's still a work in progress. So that's what like this red thing, I think it's like a, I don't know, a lift, a hoist, something like that. So this whole area still has to be done. This door is all disconnected because of, well, the project, but also it's winter. But in the summertime and in the spring when it warms up, none of this will be here. It'll be moved, and then this door can be opened up, which is what I do in the morning. I come out here, start my milking by opening this door, and it's just so nice in the summertime to have this huge open door. The cats are having a meltdown. This area is going to change a lot too, but I honestly don't think it'll be this year just because it costs money. Everything costs money, and I don't think realistically we'll get to it, but my plan is to put in a 3 or 4 goat milking stand in this area. So this is the stand that I used all last year to milk, which does have a ramp over there. It's just not connected right now. That's really nice. It's waist high. I'm not breaking my back. It's really, really nice for milking. But I have more does that are going to be freshening this year. And I just decided to put in these 2 metal stands, especially when they're heavy bred. It just makes it so much easier. They don't have to like get up such a big ramp. So this is the milking area. This area is definitely going to change, like I said, but for right now, that's what's what. This is my scale that my husband got me. This was my big Christmas gift this year, which I am so in love with. It's so amazing to have a scale instead of having to like pick a goat up on a bathroom stand. This is a milk machine. This was actually originally my friend Stacy's, my mentor's, and I got it from my friend Alexis, and that's going to be my show milker. So that is a portable milk machine. That's a Caprolite milker. This is just kind of like chaos right now, but this is like excess show supplies, mainly AI supplies. This is like an infant scale for weighing baby goats, tattoo kits and microchips and those kinds of things. That's all that sort of stuff, extra show supplies. Thank you, Max, for joining the fun. This is my show box, and right now this top section comes off is my kidding box that I can bring out to the barn. And then this has like, you know, my show gear in it. That just stays in there year round because it's only meant for shows. We just put this board up here, and unfortunately the cats destroyed it, so I've got to go back and fix it. You can see it's smudged, but this board here is going to be for like kidding notes as far as who's spread to who and, you know, what's happening there. We do have a deep freezer in here, and this is kind of random stuff that I still need to organize and take a lot of this needs to go into the house. So that's that there. This pen is going to be a pen for kids. My daughter was playing in here, but this is going to be a pen for babies after their first like 24 hours in the house that they'll come out here. I need to put down a tarp and like attach it to the bottom, and then I'm going to put shavings in it. So this will be like a temporary baby pen. As far as heat goes in this room, we just put this in not that long ago. This is a heater that's attached to a propane tank outside, like a little propane tank, and it is thermostatically controlled, which is amazing. We also have this wood stove, which will get this room heated to like 75, 80 degrees. It's amazingly warm, but it does take about an hour. So that's like a secondary heat source. If for any reason we like ran out of propane or didn't have power, like we could use the wood stove and it would get this room super duper warm. Let's see. We have a Gus. Gus, I don't know what you're doing, but it looks like you're looking for trouble. This wall just got these things hung up on it. My husband is not a fan of clutter, but I told him I wanted to do one like kind of farm gallery wall in the barn. And these are just things that make me happy. I definitely have some pieces I want to fill in. I have some things picked out I'd like to buy. And I also just like to like find antiques and cool stuff. But they're things that just like bring me joy or inspire me. And so that's kind of what I have here on this wall. Reminder to all competitive dairy goat breeders, good things take time. So I have this little shelf here just for kind of like smaller miscellaneous things, and then these hooks for hanging like my milk lines after I wash them, which nobody's in milk yet. We're about to change that. We have Doe's kidding anytime now, but that area there, this hook we just put on this cool little duck. My brother-in-law got me a while ago, and I just hung some inflations. Everything needs to be re-cleaned. My milk machine has to be like kind of, you know, run through maintenance to check everything, change the oil probably. I got this cool goat thing a long time ago. This sign is definitely the coolest thing in the barn. My husband comes from multiple generations of dairy farmers. Of course, they had cattle. Nobody in his family farms anymore. My father-in-law was a dairyman for 40 years. And he says he'll never milk a goat. But this sign is so cool, and we had it in our garage, and I said it needs to come into the milk room so it can truly be appreciated. And it's just cool. It's in a milk parlor. So we have that. We have our sink here. Just kind of like miscellaneous things I've got. These are just like little clean syringes and stuff when I give herbs. Animal crackers, blue light, and then peanuts in here, and just kind of little tidbits. This board I thought was just like a neat place for kind of putting notes on things I need to do or I did that I just need to quick jot down. You know, like I just did hooves the other day. I still need to do some hooves. I also am going to do a doe and buck tally here, and then things I need to like order and stuff. So we do have this amazing sink that we put in last year. Or maybe the year before. I don't know. Time is a blur. We have the sink. It has a hot water tank underneath this cabinet. And then I also have just kind of like some odds and ends down here. This cabinet is insulated because, again, we just insulated the room. But I just have like different like trash bags and gloves and soap and cleaner and stuff like that. And then these are just like my quick grab items. I've got some books here, first aid stuff, milk filters, and gloves. This is, you're such a troublemaker, Max. This is my main milk machine. This is actually one my husband built, so I can't really share any information with that because I really don't know anything. He built it. It's an American-made vacuum pump. That's all I know. So I've got a pair of clippers out because I was doing some like maternity clips on some does recently. I need to do more. These are just like different jars of things. I've got alcohol wipes. I had to take a pause because my father-in-law and my nephew got here, and we were just moving around some of the kidding cameras. They're all set up now where I can see the stalls, which is exciting. Had to move one from outside that wasn't really being used. So getting back into it now. Put my coat on just a second ago. I had it in here. It's it's really cooling off outside. So I'm going to show you guys my pride and joy, my cabinet here. The really cool thing about this cabinet is it finally has all of my meds in it. Didn't used to, because again, we just insulated this room. Can't keep these things in a place that's not insulated. So a lot of this stuff was like in my garage or in my basement over the winter, and now it's all in one place, which is super exciting. It just makes it like so much more accessible for me. And also having that scale really helps, because when you are giving meds to goats, this cat, I'm telling you, when you're giving meds to goats, having a scale, being able to get an accurate weight on them is so critical. So let's take a look at what's in here. Oh, these are just some baskets up here. This is all stuff related to hooves, like hoof trimmers. And then we have like different like tubes of meds. This is like my extra medical supplies, extra syringes, different sizes, extra, these are scalpels, needles, that kind of a thing. Foot protection for farm visitors. I'm not going to show you guys like every single thing that's in here, because that would take a long time, and I am planning on doing that in a separate video. So I'm just going to like show you the gist of what's in here. So these are just like different, you know, meds and things. I have like a human first aid kit. These are clean rags for milking or like drying my hands. I try to use those over paper towels if at all possible, because they can be washed, and I just don't like to waste paper products. This basket is all my like most used items that are just in here that are most easily accessible. And then these are my herbs, and I'm going to be doing a separate video on like my must-have like products for keeping goats naturally, or, you know, doing like a more holistic approach to managing your dairy herd. So these are all herb blends in here. As a side note, I actually talked to the owner of Fur Meadow, and she just got back to me a few minutes ago actually, and said she was willing to give my viewers a coupon code for ordering Fur Meadow. So I'm going to be putting that in the video that I do as far as everything with the herbs, so that if you guys are interested in ordering from them, you can do so with that coupon code. And I have so many Fur Meadow products. I love their products. Really great company, and they work as far as you know, aiding in the, how do I want to put this, the immunological support of goats, and they can be used with other livestock, you know, during times of stress, you know, to help support them in different areas. Those products really work. But of course, you will always hear me say, because I'm a firm believer in this, that you should have a local goat mentor, and you should absolutely have a continual relationship with your veterinarian. My vet is amazing. She is also a dairy goat breeder, and I can't thank her enough for all the times that she's offered her professional wisdom and helped me out when I needed, you know, a veterinarian's perspective on things. So shout out to Dr. Donna. She's the best. Getting back to this. So herb blends, like I said, and then these are single herbs. So you can see there's a lot in here, and I will dive into that in another video, I promise. Down here we have like, these are like milking things, buckets and strip dishes and funnels, and then these are like items related to milking, vials for milk testing, lids for my milk machine jars. Down here, that's stuff for mastitis testing, CMT testing. Then I've got like miscellaneous items down here, blood vials for doing disease testing, which I still need to do for this year. Did it in February last year, so I'm not like crazy out of date, but I do want to do that really soon. This is like vet wrap and stuff, and then lines for my milker and milk jars. So that's all of that. It's kind of a little loud right now because my father-in-law is here, like I said, and he is cutting a load of wood that he brought over for the wood stove. You can see. So these slides I dragged out from the goat pen because I wanted to sterilize them for the baby pen. So it's just kind of chaos right now. They don't go there normally, but you can see here's the doe barn here. You can hear the dogs are wrestling. The does are beating each other up. Hey, you two. Yeah. Pomegranate's yelling. Hello, Pom. Lots of hormones in this pen. So you can see this is where I just wanted as a frame of reference. If you haven't seen this before, this is where my doe pen is in relation to this barn. Dogs. He is a wild man. So right now, in order to get my milkers into my milk room, they have to come out this gate here and then run this way and come into here. And then this is like I call it my holding pen for my milkers. So this pen is where they get their grain in these troughs here. There's 4 of these black troughs. This is technically a feeder for feeding chaff hay, but I actually right now I'm not feeding any chaff hay, so I'm using it just to hold their like bucket of hot water. They get like hot molasses water in the morning, just as that way they don't dump it. It's just like up higher. So this is the milker's pen, and they've got hay feeders in here. I know it's kind of hodgepodge, but it's such a great pen for my situation because of my setup. This way everybody can get grain. And it's just a really, really functional space for my herd. Have all the grain here, which I got to get these bags dumped, but I had this here. These are like goat grains, and then over here, cat food, dog food, that kind of a thing. This area was like obviously hay bales, and now it's just a mess. Yes, I'm aware of that. It's all got to get cleaned up and fed to the cows, but I just haven't had time to do that in like a simple way. This here is, you know, rest of the hay that we got, and there's hay and straw around the corner. I'm not going to go back here. This is like chaos. My husband will kill me if I take you guys back there, but you can say hi to Dex and Archie, 2 of our barn kitties, the older girls who are sisters, and they came with the farm, and they're sweet, they're beautiful princesses, huh? Sometimes they cuddle and sometimes they fight. I'm like, if you have sisters, you know what I mean. This area is all new. This pen here is going to be a kid pen for older kids. It's going to be a nursery pen for kids who are bottle fed, and I'll get into that in another video. I've always like dual raised my kids, where I do dam raising, but they get pulled for 12 hours a day, and also bottle fed. That helps with friendliness, allows me to do milk testing. There's lots of reasons why people choose to dual raise, you know, life schedule. You can always leave the babies on mom if you're, say, going to be home late or something. But this year I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing both bottle raising, exclusive bottle raising, and doing the dual raising with some of my does. So I'm just kind of experimenting a little bit and seeing what kid raising techniques I like the most. And I have some does that are a bit more feral, as you might say, that just like are more standoffish, harder to catch, that kind of a thing. I don't want to have feral kids, and because I show and I'm looking to show on a competitive level, I don't want does who are feral in the show rings. So any of my does who have more of a tendency to be feral, I'm going to be pulling their kids at birth. That is neither here nor there. I'm not going to get into a debate with anybody. Lots of people bottle raise. Actually, the vast majority of dairy goat producers exclusively bottle raise and pull kids at birth. There are benefits to doing both methods, but that's neither here nor there as far as this video is concerned. So that's what this pen here is going to be for, is for my older kids once they've transitioned out of that pen in the milk room and they're a little bit older. They will be out here where they don't need, you know, where they've been able to regulate body temperature and all of that. This gate here is this like temporary, but my father-in-law is going to make it semi-permanent, and it will be able to be pulled out. He's going to put like a, I can't think of the word, like a screw in the cement, and then this will actually be kind of permanent. This just keeps the dogs out of trouble. Like the barn cats have a litter box back there and food, and The dogs just like to go and like pee on straw and get into trouble. So this pack and play I dug out. It needs to come into the house. This is like an old pack and play that was my mother-in-law's when my husband was a baby, and it's really big and it's great for bringing in kids for the first like 24 or 48 hours when they're getting colostrum and all that jazz. So this area will be for those older kids. And then this dog crate is here because I'm doing some training with some of the dogs. And then also right now, because my barn cats, again, have not been like out and about because they're not neutered and not vaccinated yet, I've let them come out here during the days. They come out and they get fresh air and they get to, you know, see the farm and all of that. So that's what that crate's doing here, but it will go back there. So we have that kid pen, and then this is all my feed. So chicken feed, but also this, all the goat minerals are over here. And see, this is why goats are so expensive. One of the many reasons why, hay and minerals. So that's all their minerals, feed, barn line. This is chicken food and chicken buckets and things like that. Look at them walk. They're looking wide. I miss Ely. There's Hallie. Sidar. Beautiful baby bellies. Beanie. So cute. All right, so before I let the monsters in, aka the doe herd, I thought I'd show you this side of the barn here. Ignore my bungee cords. That was just a temporary thing. I literally just put this panel up about 10 minutes ago because I wanted to put some feeders on it, and my father-in-law is going to come over here and make it more permanent. This is the area where the does live. I don't have dimensions on this, but I've showed it in other videos. It's a good size for the size herd we have right now. You can see here there's a large wall hay feeder. That hay rack, this is just stuff I got to take out of here that's hanging, but that hay rack can hold quite a bit of hay when it's filled to the top. And then this gate here can be shut, so that way if you need to lock any animals in here but still have the door open, you can. It's got this one sliding door here, and then it's also got this door here. It's got a window here, which does have metal over it so that they can't like break the glass or go through the window. And then it's got this door here, which goes to the outside with this little just tiny window, which slides up for ventilation. Usually if it's warm, I have this door open, you know, to get more fresh air in here to help dry out the barn. We have somebody who they can smell it. I'll show you. I just mixed up a bunch of herbs to feed the does. So I filled all these feeders, and then 4 feeders over there. The little one, double one here is a mineral feeder, but they are dying to get in here and eat this stuff, and it's going to be a stampede when I open that door. This just has yeast and kelp, and then things like vitamin C, garlic, cayenne pepper, DWA, which is a product from Fur Meadow, and let me think, molasses, blue light. I think that's all that's in there. Yeah, they're gonna go crazy for it. They will eat absolutely any herbs this way. This is how I've trained my herd to eat them. And then we have this door here, which this is a little gate that can be lifted up to let babies go in and out. And then this door goes into our kidding area, which I still got some stuff here to clean up. I was just in here this morning. I finished bedding this big stall here, which you can put a divider in and make it into 2, but this is going to be the stall that Beanie Kid's in. She's our first doe due, and we don't have anyone else due for like 2 more weeks. So I figured I'd give her a big stall. So then I have a 3rd stall here. This, if you're wondering why this looks weird, this is a jump gate. We had put this in when we got Uhtred, our livestock guardian dog, as a puppy to hopefully teach him to jump through gates so we could put jump gates in our pastures. But he has really not been interested in using that, and we'll kind of see if that ever gets used. But yep, this is a big stall. So technically when the divider's in, there's 1, 2, 3 stalls here. And then this big pen is normally like our nursery pen where the kids hang out when they're separated from their dams. I do have this divider that's got to be affixed in here so that I can actually turn this into 2 stalls for kidding, because I've got quite a few does due the week, whenever it's like the 17th of February, that week I've got 6 due, I think. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stalls, and then I can always make a temporary one if need be. But yeah, that's our barn here. And we put this gate in last year. It is obviously big for that space, so eventually we'll get a shorter gate, but we already had it, which is why we used it, and it works. I mean, it's kind of obnoxious sometimes, but this pen has worked good for kidding. You can see like these wooden beams here that we added are just for hanging heat lamps. Like this is the only one that's actually hung in the right spot right now, and this one can be dropped down. You know, everything's on a chain and everything's got metal clips. There is no way that those could like come loose, which is, you know, even though these are like the Premier One Prima heat lamps that are super safe, you can still start a fire with a heat lamp. So yeah, having it on a chain, I feel like is absolutely necessity. And then here we have one of our Blink cameras that we use for kidding. I need to put the other one in here. It's outside. And then we also have one in here over there to keep an eye on the does at night. So that's a bucket I use just to mix stuff up. So I'm gonna let the does in, and you can see the absolute insanity that is about to happen. They're gonna go crazy. They love this stuff. Let's see. Hi, Bambi. Kind of had to like quickly. Girls! Come on, girls! No, you're not going in here, Richard. Come on, girls! It's so muddy because we had so much snow. Girls, come on! And then it melted. Uhtred, leave it. Let those does eat. Go, girls, go! Oh, she went right under him. That's goofy. Go, girls, go. Uhtred, come on, buddy. Just come out of there. Come on, girls. They're not used to these white feeders are new, so look at this little goofball. Good, just what we want is for you to put all your feet in it. Girls, they're all over here. Girls. Come on, girls. Yeah, you're just big doofus. Come on, girls. Over here, girls. Come on, girls. Girls. Down here, look at all these feeders. You all have plenty. Good girls. Lots and lots of feeders. Oh, good. We already took one off the wall. This is why you gotta supervise. They go crazy. I'll put a couple of these lower for the shorter girls. And they will start like coughing and hacking because cayenne is spicy. But it's all really good. It's all just like an immune boosting concoction for them, and then that DWA helps with just like toxin removal. Yeah, they are big fans, and this is my doe barn, so you can kind of see the size in comparison to my herd. And here is what the pole barn looks like with the lights off, the big overhead lights. I put these little LED bright white Christmas lights that I already had from our Christmas tree, our white artificial tree that we put up some years, and I just wanted some lighting to where didn't have to have those big things on, and it's so festive and cute. So yeah, I like that. There you have it. That is the barn. That's all my goat areas, and it's a work in progress, of course. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.